playing Project Cars, and I am just hoping that everybody can hear this because we are currently having issues with Twitch. So hopefully it's working. Let me see.
Just hoping.
Yes, it is working. Thank you, buddy, for tuning in to Previous Generation Gaming. Today we're playing Project Cars 2, and we'll be reviewing this title. First, we're just going to start with, I guess, the quick play. That way we can explain how it works. So Project Cars is a fantastic game when it comes to the design that these people have done. They spend a lot of time in this game working on every single aspect of it. Same thing with Gran Turismo, but that is another review that's going to come very soon in the near future, just once we get that streaming software up and running. So basically, with Project Cars 2, which is a fantastic game, very hard to play though, you get to pick your vehicle. They have thousands to choose from. Now, I'm going to say it right now as a fan, as a person who has played Gran Turismo for the last day. I do wish there was a Tesla option in this Project Cars 2. If it's in the third one, let me know. But I wish there was a Tesla option. But you got all these different brands here, some of which just seem like the same car. As you can see right there, it is pretty much the same car, just with different skins. And of course, once you select your car, you can change the skin. Some of these cars are incredibly hard to drive. Incredibly hard. Now, I will say the game looks fantastic on an HTC 5. It just looks great, it looks beautiful, and it's a fantastic game to play. I personally like driving in the F-150 RTO Ultimate Fanhaver with the American style because this vehicle probably has the best handling in the game out of the box. Of course, you can change the livery to something like Monster Energy, something like that, but I just prefer the American one. Or you could do the, not NASCAR, but you know what I'm talking about. The little kid cars they make, the style that kind of looks like that with the retro flames. Well, here you go. This is it. You get to also pick your track. There are several different tracks to choose from. So I do recommend with Project Cars to do the Daytona because it's a complete circle and it makes the handling really easy to do. You also get to set the rules and regulations. This does not exist in Gran Turismo at all. So this is a little bit more, in my opinion, of a racing simulator because of the more in-depth features. So here it is loading. You got a nice loading screen. It does play nice music in the background, but I don't want to, post copyrighted music, so we don't have that playing. But as you can see, it's a very beautiful thing. Got the logo, everything. I personally do like this game's graphics more than Gran Turismo, which you'll see more when we do that live on Twitch. And if you're watching on YouTube afterwards, you'll see the video on YouTube after it's made. But here's the thing. This game's graphically really impressive. So I have no clue what you people are seeing, but it is a good game. I would recommend playing it on controller, but for the sake of the video, I will be using keyboard and mouse. Or maybe not. My controller is going crazy. So as you can see, it is a pretty good game when it does come down to it. We're not going to focus on winning. As you can see, very high detailed cockpit. If you're in VR, this game is just fantastic looking. And what I will say is it's pretty much only playable with the controller. I'm using a PlayStation DualShock 4, but to be perfectly honest, you cannot play this without a controller. The WASD, and this is coming from a person who prefers to driving games with WASD, not a big controller driving fan. It is a pain in the butt to do it without it in Project Cars. It just really honestly is. I'm actually going to try to change the view here. As you can see, it does have that nice reflection effect. I did notice Gran Turismo had that as well, which I think is a nice touch. Though the cockpit designs done by Project Cars are just truly magnificent. And it really gives you a vehicle that just really looks good. And if you're wondering what I'm playing this on, we're currently playing on a gaming computer with a RX 2060 graphics card. So we do have ray tracing enabled, I believe. If it doesn't have it, then we don't. But I mean, this is just a very splendid game out of the box. You can see when you brake that the braking lights and everything do function normally. as you would expect them to in a vehicle, which I felt was a really nice touch. You also can see that it should do the front lights, but it's not doing it for some reason. The wheels, though, have this fantastic effect when you hit the gas and you tell the thing to go. It is just, honestly, it's just a fantastic game. It is harder to drive without a keyboard, without a controller, which is where I get my biggest complaint of this entire title, is that it's hard to drive. It has these custom controls you can do, but really, if you're playing a racing sim, and I know this is on PC, so it may be different on console, I just want to be able to pick up the controller and just drive the car. You know, I don't want it to be hard or a challenge, and as you can see, vehicles can bump into you, but I mean, I just want it to be a simple thing. And I have all the DLC for this. And this was my ongoing best racing game until Gran Turismo Sport. For the reason of graphically, but when it comes to controls, it is a pain. And as you can see, cars can flip. I don't see that in Gran Turismo, which is an interesting fact. I have not seen that happen once. So the AI in this game is a little bit more like NASCAR, speeding and stuff like that. As you can see, it says fast car approaching. Well, we're gonna brake. And as you can see, it basically hit us, almost. Now, the damage in this game, let's be honest here, it's pretty much non-existent. We would have had a lot of damage on this vehicle. So they don't have damage, which I may have disabled. But the thing here is, I like seeing car damage in games. Gran Turismo has it. You know, this one really should. Now in VR, this one wins the VR award for best VR game. And I'm kind of like just dancing around here. But my whole point is to really just show you how the thing works. So we're just going to return to the pit box. I'm going to exit this this round here. I'm just going to go over some of the Project Cars things, effects, different things like that. Again, if you want a game that's more realistic and easy to play, get Gran Turismo Sport. It's so much easier. It really is. There's online championships you can do, community events, esports. You also got the images, the videos, the controls, the gameplay, the visual FX. But what I really just wanted to show everybody was pretty much the options here. So visuals, a lot of options, a lot for audio. There is more audio in this than there is in the other ones. Better performance, graphics settings if you're on PC. It does support triple screen, which I thought was very, very good. And, of course, extra controllers that I'm never going to end up getting. Ever. But if you're wondering just what I mean by controls and my problems with them, let's just go to gameplay. As you can see, this right here is everything you can enable. Everything here. And I believe there's more, but it's just not going to show it because I don't remember where it's at. But the thing is, there's a lot of things that you can change. A lot. And the game, to me, is just not the best when it comes to certain things. Now, is there good races? Is there fun cars? Is there good things that you can do? Yes. Yes, there is. For example, I will switch this over to a more non-handle friendly vehicle, and we will just see how that works. So there is different types of weather in the game. If it will let me do it. Is it going to let me do it? Yes, weather spots. So it can be spring, summer, autumn, winter, everything you want it to do. Session settings. Apparently they have changed how you change the weather. That's an interesting thing I did not know. It is an interesting game. The weather effects are way better. There is no weather in Gran Turismo. They both have things the other doesn't have. Better handling is in Gran Turismo. Better cars is in Project Cars 2. Just overall better, in my opinion, gameplay is probably in Project Cars 2. Just because of how much care they put into everything. For example, this right here is some type of Lamborghini that we're currently driving and hopefully enjoying and knowing what we're going to end up doing with. But as you can see, very good interior once again. So Project Cars has a fantastic interior setup. Congrats to their team. They're really good at racing. But as you can see, this isn't something that happens a lot in the other racing simulators, is being booted off the track. So if you like that happening, you're going to love Project Cars. But I mean, to me, the cars just don't have that good of a handling style as Gran Turismo. It is playable if you have a controller. If you don't, you're just out of luck. This game's unplayable to you then. Because, let's be honest, it is just really a game that just shines under, that type of stuff. And I do appreciate the animations that these people have done. As when they just put it through the grass. It's just an overall really good model that they've put in all the high luxury and vehicles in Gran Turismo. And I have no complaints for the people who have developed this. It's actually a fantastic game. Um, you know, Project Cars 2, it's just great. But as you can see, I can just splack the side out of this all I want, and you see sparks and nothing's happening. I mean, we're going what? How fast is this car going? Let's see here. I can't see due to the steering wheel, of course. Which is probably because I have it set up that way for VR. Yeah, it's not normal. You're not actually normally, if you're playing it, your head is actually over there. You can see it. But since I play VR a lot, my settings are different with this title. But I mean, it is fun. It is very fun to drift. I have brake assist on. That's what's most likely pushing me off the track. But it is a good game. You can see the effects of the dirt when we go through this dirt patch, which is a really good animation, to be honest. And here it is when I skip to the end. You do that, shows you who won. So I'm going to return to Always Central. So I guess if you're a fan of like open, like out of the box functional, I would say you go with Gran Turismo. If you want something a little bit more different, then I would honestly say that this may not be the best one for you if you don't want it out of the box. Now here's some samples of everything here. You can see it's just a little bit of rain. But what we're going to end up doing is just showing you a quick example of the thunderstorm. Because this, to me, is what makes the game really good. Just look at these graphics. They're fantastically done. I mean, they are some of the best ever that you can see. I mean, I may be nuts, but like right now, we are currently in an area where I have put the weather to be, well, bad. I mean, just look at this. If you've ever driven a car, this is so realistic. This is not even in Gran Turismo Sport. There is no weather. And the cars react differently in the weather. So Project Cars is overall, in my opinion, probably better, but the controls in it give it an awful reputation on my end because it's awful. Like, I want to be able to play, open it out of the box, have something that's easy to do, and not have to go on IGN to figure out what settings I should be using. Because, to be honest, it's just not fun. Now, auto brake, as you can see, helps with the corners because it slows you down, which is why I have it enabled. You can see right here. He's going to probably flick his hand over. No, he didn't. Okay. Well, there he did. You can see he just turned it on and off. But, this right here is you can see it on the side here, the little pieces of water, along with the right here, which is another great view. Just a fantastic interior. Actually, let's just stop here. Let's just look around this interior. This is a very good looking interior with all the water. If we actually do another look at the full car, we're going to see it just sticks to it, moves with it nicely. It is a fantastic, real life look with all the water. It really, really is. So that is, well, that is the water and, well, thunderstorm. Now let's just take it to Blizzard. Because there's pretty much no difference between the regular mode with rain and thunderstorms. I mean, you can see here a quick look with fog. We're not going to look at that because fog is fog. Everybody know what that is. Oh no, it's a thunderstorm. I did not save. Oh well. Hopefully it does what we want it to do. If not, I'll go back and I will manually change it. Yeah, it's definitely Thunderstorm. So pretty much, as I've said, this is still a good game. It is just not the best when it comes to steering. And if you're in a racing game, you need steering. But I mean, if you want an environment that looks real as can be, this is the game for you. If you want something to play in VR that's fun and is super good, this is the game for you. So this is a game for certain types of people. It is a fantastic game. As I have said, I do recommend it. It's a good title. It is really good at what it does. As you can see, it's now loading at 25%. And overall, as I show you the snow, I'm going to tell you what I think. What my main conclusion is of this entire review. First off, the UI is way cleaner than Gran Turismo. It's fantastic. The environment, as you can see, is just like snow in real life. You can see it on the side, just sitting there in the ice underneath it. You can see it. You can see the ice all over your windows, inside the truck. You can see it all over the outside of the truck. You can see it all over the outside of the truck with the wind and everything. You can see the snow under the tires at certain points, but there's not enough on this. There are some areas at the end of the game where you can go over and it's all over your tires. You can see it sticking to the glass and the lights just like it would an ordinary car. And you can also probably notice that our handling has changed because it's more slick, so stopping takes longer and everything. So that's a really nice touch. So what is my opinion of Project Cars? Well, my opinion of Project Cars would be if the controls were better, a 10 out of 10. But I will say Gran Turismo does have some better features when it comes to the overall driving aspect than this one does. But Project Cars is definitely acing in the environmental section. So which one should you play? Well, for more information on Gran Turismo Sport, check out our review that will be coming out next week on the game. And while you're at it, go like this video on YouTube or Twitch, and follow us on Twitch at Previous Generation Gaming and on YouTube at Previous Generation Gaming, and we'll definitely make sure to let you know what our review is on which one you should get. But definitely, if you have a PlayStation, I would definitely recommend getting Gran Turismo. If you're not a fan of weather, if you want something a little bit more graphically impressive, go with Project Cars 2. If you want graphically impressive weather effects and cars that look great. If you want to go with something that is a little bit more, but not a little bit, that is way easier to play, has a fantastic handling system that is the main part, go with Gran Turismo Sport. And remember, make sure to check out next week's video for what we fully think on Gran Turismo. This is our current review of Project Cars 2, and we really appreciate you for watching. Please make sure to go click the subscribe button so that you can get notified on future videos of ours. It really helps out a lot when it comes to us making content, and it also helps us figure out what you guys want. This is the new way we're going to be doing our reviews because we feel like it's way better, and we do plan to start streaming some content and some Let's Plays very, very soon. So remember, come back next week for our Gran Turismo review, and remember to keep gaming.